Okay, so for this sprint, I was able to implement the blaster, generating the mushrooms, and also have a mushroom grid. So I'll just go through each of those real quickly. So the blaster, we are able to move around the last 6 rows of the screen with the arrow keys. I'll test the boundaries once I clear out these mushrooms. So by holding down spacebar, we can go ahead and shoot 1 bullet at a time. And you can see that the mushrooms do have different sprites. They have 4 health, so every time they get hit, they change their sprite accordingly. Looking at the code for the bullet firing, so how that works, we basically just have a ammo variable set to 1. We see when we're pressing the space bar, we fire our bullet, and every time we do that, we generate our bullet and lose our ammo. And then when the bullet is destroyed, we basically just add the ammo back to the blaster, so only 1 bullet can be fired at a time. And if I turn on this breakpoint and go back in here, when we do fire a bullet off screen, we'll call that breakpoint and the bullet will be marked for destroy. So that will happen there. And then as we keep going and clearing out these other mushrooms at the bottom, so in terms of the collision between the blaster and the mushroom, right now the blaster just kind of moves slowly through it. I'm basically, for right now, I'm just basically applying a negative impulse to its position. This is just a temporary solution until I figure out how to completely stop the blaster when it comes in contact with the mushroom. So once I clear out these other ones at the bottom, so now we can test all these corners down at the bottom. Again, these are just like the last 6 rows. Can't move past there. Cool. And then the last thing I'll look at will be how I generated the mushroom field. So basically, we tell the computer how many columns and rows we want. The width and height of the columns and rows are determined by the window size and the number of columns and rows. We also have a mushroom counter. And then basically down here, we just use a 2D array. We iterate through each row column pair and just randomly decide whether or not we'll plant a mushroom at that location. So, when we add our mushroom, we'll link it. We'll have that pointer point to its location. We'll also increment our counter. And then when we remove a mushroom, that pointer will be set to null and we'll lose our counter by 1. So when we go ahead and run that, I'll show you what this looks like. So field is the name of our 2D array. We have our row positions here going down to 27. This is the last row at the bottom of the screen. And then now we see our column position. So at row 27, column 0, we do actually have a mushroom planted there. So if we go ahead and run that, so the mushroom right above my blaster now, that's 27-0. So if we go ahead and kill that, we will see that it is now set to null and our counter has gone down by 1.